Hello friends, it's Bree and welcome back to my channel. As you know, I have revamped my YouTube and we are breaking yoga stigmas. We are doing yoga hauls, we are doing yoga tutorials and all kinds of other fun stuff. And today I want to break the yoga stigma that you can't like designer things and be a true yogi, or liking designer things makes you less than a yogi. So I want to call that out today, and I have a little bit of my Louis Vuitton collection behind me. Something that starts with a B, okay? I'm trying here. It is later in the day. I'm having to push myself because if you know me, I'm a crazy morning person, and I had a private lesson this morning at 6 a.m., which means I've been up since like 5:15. And now it's like almost 6 p.m. and that is when I like start to go down. And that means like I'm gonna be asleep by 9. So I'm really pushing myself because I wanna stay consistent on my YouTube with these videos. And this is for YOU. So, calling it out. Liking designer brands does not make you less than a yogi. And I'm probably gonna get so much shit from the yoga community on this. So check the comments down below because it might get heated up in there. But I do wanna call that out because when I first became a yogi, as I mentioned in my last video, you have like this spiritual awakening. And the best way that I can describe it is if you have like a spiritual connection, like if you're Christian or Jewish or just Buddhist or something where you have like this connection to a divine, right? You know that feeling, those little aha moments. In yoga, we call them narodaha or bliss. So you know those little moments that you get. And that's the moment that you start to really analyze, like, does this make me, or what makes me, or how am I defining myself? So after I did my yoga teacher training, I came back from Fiji. I did mine in Fiji 1 month on a deserted island. I will do a whole video about that. But I did my yoga training in Fiji and I came back and I was just like analyzing, what do I need in my life? What don't I need in my life? And I was dating someone at the time who was also a yoga teacher. We had just did our training together. We had dated before. I didn't just like find some dude on an island, but we had dated before and we had did our yoga teacher training together. And when we came back, I was getting so much crap from him about having designer goods, right? Because now I'm this yoga teacher and I'm supposed to be this example of like how to live kind and hashtag Bree kind. And I have all of these designer goods, right? And I mean, I had like an amazing collection. This collection's pretty darn good. The collection I used to have was fucking epic. Excuse my language. I'm gonna throw some fire emojis up in here. It was fucking epic. Okay, I'm gonna keep it real. It was fucking epic. And how many times did I say that? That should be a drinking game. Every time I've said that, you should have like taken a shot of kombucha. So with that being said, what was I putting out into the universe? How was I attached to my ego and attachment, finding this attachment thing? And it's so funny because, and I'm not going to say all yoga boys, I don't like to use complete terminology, but it's funny how many yoga boys love to use attachment when it comes to things of this, but they love to say how non-attachment when it comes to like actual being in a relationship. That's a whole other video, but I'm just going to call that out too. So we'll break that down in another video. Maybe that'll be next week's video. Do not date yoga boys. If a guy knows what a bolster is, don't date him. Anyway, so I got rid of all of my designer goods. I'm talking about Chanel. I had some Tory Burch in there. I had, of course, my dear, dear love, Louis Vuitton in there. And I got rid of all of that, thinking that because I got rid of that, I was cleaning my ego. I was becoming more yogic. I was being a better example and a better human in life. And then I went out and I bought some of these bags here that you will see. I think I'm just gonna put them all here because all the Louis Vuitton collection is on the other side. Some of these bags that are really high-end vegan leather bags. Now at the time, I was like teetering between veggie girl. I like to call myself a veggie chick. So I was like vegetarian and like kind of vegan, but like sometimes I would have cheese if it was like really delicious cheese and I was like at a wine tasting. So I was like teetering back and forth between the two. And I thought I was like just doing so good in the world because I'd given away all my designer bags. I did make a crap ton of money. Thank you, Poshmark, because I sold all of my designer bags on there. But I missed my designer bags, and it wasn't that my designer bags added to my ego. It wasn't that my designer bags defined who I was and gave me this social status. It was because my designer bags were so well done, I could not find a vegan leather bag that held up as good as my designer bags. And for my vegan friends, do not come at me, bro. Do not come at me, bro, because I tried my hardest. Do you see all the brands that I tried that I just showed you? Like, I literally tried my hardest. Even Stella McCartney makes vegan stuff, and I tried some of her stuff. It's just not as good as good old canvas leather. And maybe it's the Texan in me. I'll pull my Texas card if I have to. But Louis Vuitton's the shit, and I'm just gonna call that out. So I wanted to break the stigma that you can't love designer things. These are my Louis Vuitton Lorette boot that I literally just got for my birthday, a present to me from me, which are absolutely the most comfortable shoe I've ever had in my freaking life. I've got my beautiful Louis Vuitton Petite Malle that I got for my birthday last year. Each year I get to buy myself a little Louis Vuitton. But I just want to call that out. Just because you like designer things does not make you less spiritual, does not mean that you are not a true yogi. It does not define who you are. Now, you have to do that inner work to make sure. Now, if you get rid of all your designer things and you feel less than, you feel like you're not enough, you feel like you have to be a certain way or carry these things to feel like you're carried a certain way, then you got to do some inner work. You need to make sure this is right. But if you've done your inner work and you still love these things, that's okay. I want to call that out. That is okay. Okay? Becoming a yoga teacher and going on this yoga journey, regardless if you're a teacher, but even if you're just a yoga student, does not mean that you have to lose complete access to yourself. Who you are is who you are, and you can enjoy the things that you liked before, all in moderation. Yoga is about balance. It's about union. It's about finding this connection between your yin and yang, creating this connection between all the different elements of yourself. So you can still like leather goods, and you can still like designer brands, and you can still like to put on a little makeup, like I said in my last video, and that does not make you less yogic. I want to call that out. So I got rid of all my designer bags. Here's a list of all my bags. Everything's gonna be over here. All my fun, like little like GIF gifts. What are those things called? I gotta Google that. I shouldn't have said that because now someone's gonna call me out on that. Whatever they're called. GIFs, gifts, whatever. I think they're called gifts, but I really wanna call them GIF, but I think that's peanut butter. Anyway, I wanna call that out because I did that and I sold all of my stuff and I regret it actually. I mean, I have replaced most of the bags that I sold. And then I've gotten some beautiful things like the Lorette boot, which I'm literally, this is an advertisement for this boot. I'm sorry. It's the most comfortable shoe I've ever owned in my life, literally. And the price point, it should be the most comfortable shoe you've ever owned in your life, literally. But the things I loved about Louis Vuitton is that it's such high quality. The customer service is hands down the best customer service you'll ever have in your life. They're so friendly. I text with my Louis Vuitton guy. I have a Louis Vuitton guy in LA, Beverly Hills, at Rodeo. I have a Louis Vuitton guy in Palm Springs because Palm Springs sales tax is cheaper. So if you want to buy designer goods, go to Palm Springs. So I text with both of them and email both of them and talk to them like throughout the year. And they're the sweetest, kindest people. And they're not salesy. Like they're selling designer stuff all day. So they're not trying to like sell you something. They actually care. Like, do you like this? Are you going to love this bag? Is this your vibe? You know? And so I love Louis Vuitton people. So kudos to Louis Vuitton for finding amazing people to work there. But I did want to call that out. So I got rid of all my designer stuff, right? And then I realized that it wasn't that it was my social status that I needed the designer stuff, right? So I went through that process. I processed it. I realized I like this stuff because of the quality. I'm sorry, my vegan leather bags did not hold up as well as my Louis Vuittons. I had to go through like 3 different vegan leather backpacks And my Louis Vuitton backpack has still lasted me for a bajillion years. Like, it's been 6+ years and nothing has ever happened to that thing. So I want to call that out because I was spending so much money trying to find something that emulated what I loved, and I probably spent enough money to buy a whole nother Louis Vuitton because I spent all this money trying to find this amazing like vegan bag that just did not resonate with me. And as I did my inner work, I realized it wasn't me that was thinking that this was part of my ego. It was the person I was dating at the time who associated that with my ego. So they were projecting their financial situations on me, and because I have always been really financial savvy and can treat myself to a few little things here and there, they were projecting the fact that they didn't have that ability on me, as well as they were projecting the fact that they had this idea of what a true yogi should be. And I, blindly in love, fell in line with that instead of being true to myself. So I'm calling out to all of my yogis out there, and I want you to know that life is a balance. You have to have a healthy ego, okay? You can't just be a martyr forever. You have to have a healthy ego. Even Martin Luther King got angry. Even Jesus got angry and threw some tables up in a church because of the way people were acting. Like, all these amazing people in our lives know when to get angry. They know how to have this balance. They have a healthy connection to the yin and the yang of themselves. So if you want to go out and buy designer things, it is a-okay. And you can do it in your yoga clothes and call it a day. Let's just call it out. So I hope this video is well received. I don't know if it's going to be. I feel like people are going to call me out, and I really don't care because I'm so comfortable in my own skin that I don't care. I'm also an Aquarius, so I really don't care. If you know anything about astrology, it's not a fake, like, I don't care. No, it's really like, I just genuinely do not care. So, yes, thank you for watching this video. I hope that made sense. I feel like I should have went and did a little deeper dive, but I hate long videos. I'm already probably at like 10, 13 minutes. And if you know me, I like videos at like 5 minutes. So thanks for watching this. If you have any questions about buying a designer bag, I am your girl. Hit me up. If you want to know the vegan bags that I loved and I tried really hard to like continue to love and like bought like a couple of them, then hit me up and I will tell you those as well. And leave a comment down below. And if you already haven't liked and subscribed, you should. And I will see you all soon. Thanks for watching this video and have an amazing day. Bye, everybody.